Welcome back to session 22 of GED Science Mastery. Today we connect Earth's systems, water, air, weather, and climate. The GED often gives you a diagram, a table, or a short passage and asks what pattern is supported. We will keep the idea simple. Water cycles, air moves, weather changes day by day, climate is the long-term pattern, and greenhouse gases trap heat. The water cycle is powered mainly by the sun. First, water evaporates from oceans, lakes, and land, turning into water vapor. As that vapor rises and cools, it condenses into tiny droplets that form clouds. When droplets grow heavy enough, they fall as precipitation: rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Then, water collects in rivers, lakes, oceans, groundwater, and ice, and the cycle continues. The atmosphere is the layer of gases around Earth. It is mostly nitrogen and oxygen, with smaller amounts of other gases such as carbon dioxide and water vapor. Weather happens because the sun heats Earth's surface unevenly. Uneven heating creates differences in temperature, pressure, and humidity, which move air and water vapor around. That is why weather includes temperature, wind, clouds, precipitation, humidity, and air pressure. This is one of the easiest GED traps to beat. Weather is what is happening over a short time. Today's rain, this week's heat wave, tomorrow's wind. Climate is the long-term average pattern in a region, usually measured over many years. A cold day does not disprove a warming climate because one day is weather. A 30-year pattern is climate. So when you read a claim, ask whether the evidence is short-term weather or long-term climate. The greenhouse effect is a natural process that keeps Earth warm enough for life. Sunlight enters the atmosphere and warms Earth's surface. Earth then radiates heat back upward. Greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide, water vapor, and methane, absorb some of that heat and send some of it back down. The important test idea is balance. Some greenhouse effect is necessary, but adding more greenhouse gases traps more heat. Now read a climate data table. In 1960, atmospheric carbon dioxide was about 317 parts per million, and the temperature change was near 0 degrees Celsius. In 1990, carbon dioxide was about 354 parts per million, with about 0.3 degrees of warming. In 2020, carbon dioxide was about 414 parts per million, with about 0.9 degrees of warming. Both values rise over the same period. What relationship do the data support? Read. Carbon dioxide rises from 317 to 414 parts per million, and temperature change rises from 0.0 to 0.9 degrees Celsius. Choose. Over this period, carbon dioxide and average temperature rose together. Check. Say only what the table supports. The safest conclusion is that both rose over time, consistent with the greenhouse effect, not that one row proves every detail of climate. GED climate questions are usually evidence questions, not opinion questions. Human activities, such as burning fossil fuels, add carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Deforestation can also matter because fewer trees means less carbon dioxide removed from the air. When you answer, stay close to the evidence. If a graph shows carbon dioxide rising and temperature rising, choose the answer that matches that trend. Avoid answers that go far beyond the data. Let's lock in the traps. 1. Mixing up weather and climate. Weather is short-term. Climate is long-term. 2. Thinking the water cycle has a beginning and end. No, it repeats continuously. 3. Thinking greenhouse gases are only bad. No, a natural greenhouse effect keeps Earth warm. The issue is adding more heat-trapping gas. 4. Using one cold day to reject a long-term trend. No, one day is weather. The recap: cycle, atmosphere, evidence, and long-term patterns. Strong work today. You can now explain the water cycle, separate weather from climate, describe the greenhouse effect, and read a climate data table carefully. Your practice for this session is the 10 questions attached to this lesson. Remember, for any graph or table, read the title, units, and trend before you choose. To read the full lesson notes and practice more GED Science questions, visit the course page at www.bridgetoexam.com. I will see you in session 23 for astronomy, the solar system, moon phases, eclipses, and seasons.